Hello, Francis McShane here again, and in this lesson I'm going to try and show you the effects of uh, some of these options in your initial basic door information dialog box. Excuse me. You can obviously change any of these to different figures. So we could start with trying different sizes here. So make that 1.2 meter by 2.1 meter door. We'll change the frame width, make it, I don't know, quite a narrow frame, 0.4, and we could make it quite deep, maybe 15 centimeters deep. And the door can swing left or right. Well, pick right, why not? And styles won't count because it's a single leaf door. You could add a sill, and you could edit the sill, but we'll not edit this, we'll just add a sill, see what adding a sill, what effect that has at this stage. And you can change your reveal depth. I know nowadays we're going for slightly shallower reveals because of the environment and having to have loads of insulation at the back of the sill, so we'll make that 0.8 instead of 10 centimeters, it's just 8, or 12 centimeters, just 8 centimeters. And we'll make the wall thickness 300. You can change the door name if you want. We'll just leave that as it is. So we'll just OK all of those, and it asks you, do you want a plain or a panelled leaf, and we'll just leave it panelled. You've given a choice. This is a bit weird to have these choices. I've left them in. It's very unlikely that you'll ever want a sliding sash window as a door leaf, but you can if you want to. I think most people are going to be quite happy with fixed. You can have it either transparent or opaque. We'll leave it transparent for now. And we pop the door in, and there you can see the door is there with its sill. I'll bring it down to floor level, and I'll show you a little foible of the program while I'm at it here. Oops. Take it down to there. Yeah. And but I'll do that. I'll show you the foible later towards the end of this video. We'll just go through some of the effects of changing some of those fundamental first characteristics in the basic door information. So one would be the size. So we can make that narrower. You can pick between single, double, and cottage. So we can pick a cottage door, and we'll leave it right, because I haven't really shown you why it's right. I'll show you that just in a second. And we'll leave all the other information. So all I've really changed here is the width. I suppose it might be interesting to see what happens if we change the profile width. Make it a very fat profile. Make 10 centimeters, for instance. Put that in as 1. See what happens. And it's asking me what fraction to divide the cottage leaf up into. Usually the bottom leaf's taller than the top leaf, so we'll make that 0.6, and or even 0.62, and we'll OK that. And you want leaf 2 to be like leaf 1? Yeah, why not? Just make them the same. So edit the door leaves? No, we'll just leave it like that, the way it is. So we now have 2 door leaves, and they were right. And if I could put on the section, not that one, but rather the plan section, make that the active cut. You take a little look and you'll see that they are right-handed. It's got a right-handed, basically the handle's on the right-hand side, and that you've got 2 opening swings because it's a cottage door. And that's because, turn all this off. That's because, sorry for all this jumping about. But that's because it's got 2, basically the bottom and the top leaves are openable independently. And you can see how the frame got fatter, but the door shrank in size to suit all the way around. And I suppose that's the clever thing with the program. It makes everything fit together very nicely. And if I put on the section again, you can see that it fits perfectly into the frame rebate. I'll make a few other changes just so that you can see that in action. So we could once again change the width, maybe make it a meter this time, tell you what, we'll make it a good bit bigger. We'll make it 1.8 meters, and we'll this time make it a double door and see what happens. And you'll see that when it's a double door, the door swing doesn't matter because it swings in both directions. And we'll leave that fraction on. Don't worry about all these funny shapes. When it switches to from a cottage door to a double door, or from a double door to a cottage door, the initial shape changes are a bit weird, but they'll all square up in the end. So just OK that, and you don't edit the door leaves. So, and if I just turn the section off and back on again, you see it's all pretty good. Put it on. We take a look in here. You can see everything matches up nicely. Doors meet nicely. So that all seems to be working well. Another little option here in the basic door information is this one, styles. Styles are a kind of interlock where the door leaves meet. So we'll ask for that to be on. Keep all of that. And if you take a look, you'll see that style. Basically what happens is this door gets wider up to here and has this little interlock and goes back here, and if I turn it around you should see the line on the other side of the door, if I can pull it down into view. So this one gets wide to there. So this style is attached to this door, and this style is attached to this door, so it forms an interlocking shape where the two doors meet, which helps to wind and waterproof it. See what else we have to edit under the basic door information. You can edit the door sill, so we'll say yes, I do want to edit the door sill, so we'll OK that. Leave all of that on. I don't want to edit the doors. I wanted to edit the door sill, so I'm given various bits of sill information. Maybe I want a deeper sill, say 215. Sorry, that's the height of the sill. Make it a taller sill, 215, and the depth possibly shallower. Maybe take it down to 7.5 centimeters. Like that there. And do you want a weather bar? Why not? We'll see what it looks like with a weather bar on. So this time I'm going to look at the other section. So I'll make this be the active cut and move it forward so that it actually cuts what I want to see. Turn the section cuts off, and we'll take a wee look in at our door sill. The first thing I want to point out is that the door sill, like all good door sills, follows the shape of the door frame, and we see it's gone down to 7.5 centimeters. I'll show you that with the measuring tool. So if I go from there through to there, you can see the figure 0.075 coming up. So that is indeed, and if I check its height, there, it's you can see the little figure beside it, it's 0.215, so that all worked fine. And you can see it's put in the weather bar at the bottom of the door, and otherwise everything fits together as it should. So I think that's all of the main editing options. Turn them off again just so you can see what happens when they're turned off. So we'll just turn off the sill. Turn the sill off. See what happens there. See, the sill goes off and the weather bar. Hopefully that's been helpful. Thanks for listening.